Yeah, no, it's kind of embarrassing, really. Now, keep in mind that this story is completely from when I was in second grade. Yes, when I was a very little kid in second grade, I almost got expelled. Now, you might be asking yourself, what can an 8-year-old kid do to make themselves get expelled from school? Now, the first thing you have to understand about this time is I was not a normal little kid. I was in and out of the principal's office all the time. I think the front office people knew I was better than my teacher was. But the reason I was almost expelled was I brought a weapon to school. And no, it wasn't a gun or a knife. You see, I had recently had my birthday party, and as one of my gifts, I got the hot new toy of the time. Which is ironic because it was a remake of an 80s toy. Can you guess what this hot new toy was? I bet you can. Stink blasters. It was stink blasters. This stink blaster, to be exact. Garbage Truck Chuck. Hope you're happy, Chuck. I almost got expelled for you. Now, in case the name Stink Blasters wasn't enough of a hint, these toys, when squeezed, would emit a foul-smelling air from a little hole in their mouth. So to put it in layman's terms, it was a stink bomb, but only 1,000,000 times less potent. And me, being the fucking show-off I was, decided it would be a great idea to bring it to school. Right, let's add quotes around that weapon part. Around recess time, I decided, hey, let's take it out and show it to people. So I showed it to one of my friends who thought that, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And I don't remember his name, so we'll just call him John. And after showing it to him, John was like, oh my god, bro, can I borrow that? And so I let him, and he ran off into the playground to, spray in people's faces and shit, while I just sat on the grass like a derp. One of the people he decided to show it to was a girl who, she wasn't into it. And she got sprayed in, she felt nauseous and passed out. So a teacher came over to investigate the girl laying on the ground, to make sure she wasn't dead and shit. And so of course John freaks out because, he just made some bitch pass out. Holy shit. And of course he doesn't want to get in trouble, so he says, oh my god, this thing, it's not mine, don't get mad at me. And then goes on to tell the teacher that it was mine. So the teacher comes over and asks me if the stink blaster was mine, and of course I'm just like, oh yeah, it's mine. So the teacher then tells me to follow him, and I do, and he takes me all the way to the principal's office, where he tells the principal this kid brought a weapon to school. So the principal literally looks at this little rubber toy and decides, looks close enough to a weapon. And then proceeds to tell me that I breached school policy and that I was going to be expelled from school for bringing a weapon. Which, of course, freaked me out, but, in my mind I was thinking like, no school! Yay! So, of course, since I was in second grade, they called my mom down and tell her that I brought a weapon to school. And at this point, she's freaking out. Like, what did my son bring? And she shows up flustered out of her mind, and they literally straight-face hand her the stink blaster and say, this was the weapon. And I don't remember the entire conversation that went down, but I can tell you that both of their faces looked like this for the majority of the time. But in the end, she convinced the principal that he was being stupid and reduced the sentence to a 2-day in-school suspension. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering what happened to John, the guy that sprayed the girl in the first place? Yeah, he got off scot-free. Good job, school, you did good.